Hey, what's up, YouTube? So, I know I've already talked about this before a couple of videos ago, but I feel as if, I don't know why I feel the need to make this video, but I feel like I should just, I think, everybody's kind of panicking needlessly and stupidly. I'm going to try to sit there and try to calm things down. I know I'm not the person to do this, but I'm going to give it a shot, because you never know. And, yes, it is about the whole Nintendo Network thing and how everybody's all like shitting bricks over it and acting like it's going to be like this is the beginning of the end of Let's Plays, and it's not. So, first of all, I want to say the Nintendo program does have a lot of problems. First of all, there's only a small list of games you can use. It's not very vague. I mean, it's very vague if it's like current Wii U games, or if you can go back to like older like Wii games or GameCube or 64, NES, SNES, stuff like that, Game Boy games. I mean, can you use those games? I don't know, and I don't think there's any really answer for that. If I'm wrong about that, please let me know. But so far people think it's just for like the current Wii U games, and only the small list of Wii U games, probably like 3D World and so on. And games like Pokemon and you know, the fuck is it? Smash Brothers and Bayonetta. Those games are off the list because they're not Nintendo owned or they have third party properties in there. I shouldn't say that Nintendo, not Nintendo. But they have third party properties in there that maybe Nintendo doesn't have 100%. Doesn't have 100% dominion over. I don't want to say, because like in Smash Bros. Has like some third-party characters and stuff like that. But anyway, the problem is people think, and they're doing this thing where where they're saying, oh, if you have non-Nintendo related videos, say you're uploading, you also upload footage from like PlayStation or Xbox games or PC or what have you, and like, oh, you have to remove those. I mean, there's a lot of bad stuff in this thing, a lot of missteps, and a lot of crappy like rules they got, like very much like censoring your channel, telling you if you're partnering with us, you have to do things this way. And by the way, Nintendo, that's kind of the reason why third parties don't want to deal with you, is because you're doing things like that with third parties, saying, oh, well, you have to make you have to do like what we say because you're making games for us, and that's a whole other issue. But just throwing that in there since we're on the subject real quick. But a lot of people get this misconception that because you aren't signed on with the channel, that you're not going to be able to upload Nintendo games, whether it be Nintendo only or not. And I don't think that's the case. I believe you still can. You just they're going to content claim it, and you're going to get no money off of it instead of like some, which I think is kind of bullshit depending on how you look at it. But for the most part, people think, oh, they're just going to shut down the video and you're not going to upload it. And I don't think that's the case. I think you're still going to be able to upload your video, like do whatever you want, do your Let's Play or whatever. It's just that, it's probably going to get content ID'd and monetized by Nintendo, and they're going to take all the revenue from it or whatever. And that's something that it's really only going to, like I said before, it's only going to affect a very small portion of these Let's Players. I mean, these Let's Players who are making their money off of their Let's Plays are going to have you believe, because it's them. They have to believe that since they're taking money away from them, that they're also taking money away from you. And I said before that this is only going to affect a small percentage of these gamers, because there are still a lot of people who play video games on a daily basis and they don't upload shit. They buy the games, they play them, they don't upload them, they don't stream them, they don't do whatever. They play their games at the end of the workday, or before they go to sleep, or if they're up all night on a gaming session, and they're going to do this, and they're not going to upload it. And there's other people who are going to upload videos just because they feel like it, for fun. I mean, I know a lot of Let's Players who are doing these Let's Plays before you could even make money off of it. They were doing whatever, like, hey, let's all get together, let's do a Let's Play, and let me show you me playing the game, because I believe I have some kind of skill for this, and I want to share my thoughts and opinions with other gamers who play this game while I play this game. Let's all get together and have a good time about it. And that's been going on way before people, and a lot of they're monetizing them now, so I figure, hey, if they got the chance, hey, if I have a chance to make some money on this, why not? But I'm pretty sure if the time came where they couldn't make money off of it, they would probably still go ahead and do their Let's Plays. They'd be like, oh, well, we're going to do it anyway, or stuff like that. No big deal. So some people are basically doing this for love of the game, and they're not going to give a shit if they make money off it or not, because a lot of these people doing YouTube just already have, like, normal, like, everyday jobs. And, you know, they're doing this for fun as a hobby. A lot of people do it as a hobby. I mean, shit, I do as a hobby. I'm trying to make money off this, but it ain't fucking happening. But whatever, I'll still do it anyway because I'm having fun doing it. And a lot of people are like that. Now, I guess I could kind of see how some of these people feel threatened because this is their livelihood. I mean, this is definitely what they do to make money, and I can see why they're kind of they feel kind of threatened about this. But it's still a small percentage of gamers, and it's for all the games out there because there's only like so many companies are actually doing this, and you know they're going in panic mode because they feel like their livelihood is being threatened, and maybe you know I don't know, but it's like I'm telling you right now, if they couldn't monetize these games no more, I'm not saying they wouldn't stop playing video games, but they would most likely just you know they wouldn't upload anymore. They just like call it a day, pack up their stuff, and go home. You know they'll still play video games, but it's not going to be like they're not going to sit there and try to you know, make money off it or whatever. And they're sitting there trying to have you believe that because of this, that it's going to affect everybody, and they're sitting there hiding behind the whole free advertisement thing, which, you know, they don't really say. They never really said it was free advertising until, like, stuff like this comes up, and they're like, oh, how dare you, we're trying to do this for you, and now you're doing this, and then and they start telling other gamers who don't do this, like, oh, well, we need to stand up and boycott them, and because they're hurting gamers. No, they're not hurting gamers, they're hurting YouTubers, which I said before it does suck, but don't sit there and be like, well, you need to boycott them because they're not catering to me. They're not following the rules that we made, and because of that, all gamers everywhere should just stand up and say, this is bad. And I think that's where I get kind of pissed off because, you know, like I said, there are a lot of gamers out there who are going to play games, whether they upload it or not. They don't give a shit. They're going to play the games whenever they feel like it. And yeah, I'm not saying they're going to go. I'm not saying they're not watching these people playing video games. I mean, they probably like to watch these Let's Players and think, hey, I want to see how this person's doing this game, how they do it. You know, it's a good way to learn how to play some games, which I think is alright. Because sometimes I watch people's Let's Plays. I'm not gonna lie, and I learn things about games that I played, but I didn't know. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know that. That's awesome. That's cool. I wish I'd known that before, but I didn't. But now I get to see it, which is fine. But I still played the game myself. Or whatever. And you just got these people getting mad because they think, oh, well, this is going to ruin gaming or something like that. I don't think so, because people have been playing games long before Let's Plays, and people have been playing games long after Let's Plays, alright? You know, it doesn't matter. So, it's just something I want to say, but it's like, people are just doing the misconception about, oh, this is going to hurt the industry because Nintendo's doing this. I'm not going to say what Nintendo's doing is not fucked up, because, like I said, there's a lot of problems with this program. But I'm pretty sure you can go ahead and upload all your Nintendo footage with impunity. You're just not going to make any money off of it. And if that's not your goal to begin with, then you have nothing to worry about. They'll probably just slap money on your video, an advertisement on your video, and make money off it. And if you don't give a shit about that, then that's fine. You have no reason to panic. All right. I really don't think they're going to shut down videos that isn't with a program. They're just gonna claim full money off of it if they can, instead of shutting it down. Because I don't know, it's just like I think they got better things to do than worry about, like, if somebody who isn't making money off of them who they're not making money off of is uploading videos, because they're gonna pay more attention to the people who are signed with them than the people who are not. So I don't think it's something. Talking to my mouth dry. It's not something a lot of people need to panic about, but like I said, the bigger YouTubers, the big ones, the millionaire YouTubers who are doing this are going to make you believe that it's hurting the industry, and it's going to be bad for them, and now I'm not going to play these games anymore because they're doing this to me, and that's fine. I'm not going to, I can't, nobody's holding a gun to your head and telling you got to play these games. I mean, if you're doing what you're doing, big YouTuber or not, you're doing this because you feel like it. Some of you are doing it because some of you are doing it because you know you make money off it, and okay, fine, whatever. Like I said, I'm not going to hate on anybody for that, but, you know, just admit that. Like I said before, just admit it. Don't sit there and try to tell me or anybody else that you're suddenly standing up for other YouTubers and other gamers because you're not okay with this, you're standing up and you're not okay with it because of yourself, which is fine. You know, like I said, if that's your job and that's your livelihood, then yeah, I can see where you're threatened. I can see where you're pissed. All right, I'm not going to sit there and like argue on that. But you know, you just bring up these things like, oh, it's free advertising. How they do this to us after stuff like this happens. And one more thing I want to like end this off is I don't so much think people are upset that this is happening. I think they're upset that Nintendo did it first. I mean, if any other company came and did this, EA is probably kicking themselves right now because they didn't think of this. They're thinking like, shit, we could have done this. And, you know, they're probably cooking up their own version of it. Just watch. It is going to happen. It's like, oh, we could have done this. Or, you know, a lot of companies are saying, oh, shit, we should have done that. But no, maybe a lot of them thought of it, but didn't have the balls to do so. Because they figured, oh, if we do this, it's probably going to hurt our... It's gonna hurt our image. And Nintendo just giving a shit. They're like, they think, okay, well, we're going to do this anyway. I think they're pretending their image isn't as tarnished as it is. But yeah, so... Okay, I rambled on this about too long. I just want to clear that up because a lot of people are getting all scared that they're not going to be able to do Let's Plays at all, or Let's Plays are going to disappear just because they're not monetizing it the right way. And I just don't think that's the case. So if you're worried about, if you want to do a Let's Play and you're worried about it like not getting up there because you're not with the program, I don't think you have to worry about it. And basically, there actually are ways around this just in case. I mean, let me just give you a hint right here. Most copyright strikes or content IDs are taken from the music. All right? So think about that.